Have you ever wondered why you do great as a parent one day and the next it can be a total show? Are you trying to get on the same page as your co-parent? Or maybe you simply want to let go of the big emotions that get in the way of responding to your kids the way you'd like to. Hi, I'm Teresa Harrison, a parent coach, educator, and brand new YouTuber. Please bear with me. I promise I will get better at this. I'm starting this channel to give you the support and empowerment you need to navigate common parenting challenges, personal healing, and more. I want you to get the most out of my content and minimize the stuff that you don't need. So I understand that every parent's journey is different. So if I'm talking about teens at the beginning of a video and you've got toddlers, I'll be advising you to skip ahead to the timestamp that you need. So in this video, I'm going to share my mission, my story, my overview, and I'm going to finish with a tip that you can use right away to get results. It is a 4-step process to get control, so stick around. Feel free to check the timestamp and skip ahead to the second half of the video if you'd like. Totally okay with me. So now, that said, my qualifications are on my website linked below, so I won't bore you. However, I will be sharing my experiences as an addiction counselor and as a work-from-home mom, because I'm sure that a lot of you can relate to that as we go. So this way you'll get to know me and my credentials as I get to know you and what you need as a parent today. So my mission is to deliver my parenting framework and all the most important information I have right here. There will be opportunities to work with me, and a free community and monthly newsletter are in the works. But I promise you will never need to pay me for my latest and most helpful tips, research, and resources. When I was a young parent with littles, there was practically no accessible, helpful help. And I know there were books, and there still are really, really awesome ones, and I'll be sharing them in an accessible form with you in the future in my content. But as someone in the thick of raising neurospicy kids, and I was also neurospicy with CPTSD, which I was completely unaware of at the time, reading a book, comprehending what it was saying, and applying it with zero examples or support felt impossible. But I tried anyway, and I would feel worse when I would feel like I had failed. So I'd also tried therapy, but never really found a therapist who could give us the tools that we needed when things were going sideways at home. It was great in the session, but we really struggled to carry that over into our real life. Despite all of that, I still knew it was my job to figure it out, and that I was the only one who was going to be able to lead my kids to be the kind of adults I wanted them to become. I never gave up, even though it was really hard sometimes. Let me tell you, there were moments that I wanted to give up, and so many more where all I knew was what I didn't want to do, and I had no idea what to do instead. So going to coaching school in 2018 was a big turning point. I went because I wanted to support people in understanding themselves and living life on their terms. I had no idea who I wanted to serve, so I jumped in and just hoped that my niche would find me. It took a year and a half. And I did have a temporary niche in the meantime, so I was practicing my skills, minding my business, when I noticed that things in my house had changed, especially things with my kids. But unlike in the past when I was trying every program that made sense and attempting to read the books and do all the things, yada, yada, I wasn't trying to fix my kids or our problems. I was different, and as a result, they were too. Ding, ding. So that when the shock started to wear off, and believe me, it was a total shock because I had struggled with parenting since I became one, and I wouldn't have guessed that I would have ended up here. So I realized that I had discovered my niche, helping parents change their families and their lives through healing and education. I have not looked back since. That I have been poring over all of the parenting books, exploring different experts and creators, checking out the latest research, as well as old beneficial wisdom that missed getting passed down to many of us. And I figured out what was working best for me, my clients, and how I could support parents at large. So for the past 4 years have been wild, and ever since I accepted the calling, I've been given more information, experience, and support that I would have ever dreamed of, and it's led to the things that I'll be sharing with you over the next few months. One disclaimer, please know you are not expected to, nor will you agree with everything I or any other professional says. You are the expert on yourself and your family, and the one who knows what to take and what to leave. So I have done my best to create something simple and customizable that uses your strengths and doesn't force you to do or memorize anything that you don't like and want. No worries if you like what I'm saying, but you aren't necessarily chilling with my vibe. I'm a Gen Xer, sorry. Watch the videos that pique your interest and check out the fellow creators I mentioned in the link. I am an expert in family styles and parenting with CPTSD, but not ADHD, teens, or loads of other essential parenting topics because that's just not possible. But I know plenty of experts who are, and I will be linking them in the comments with each video that references other creators. So you will find the support you need. I want you to get the support. I don't care where you get it. So if you're enjoying this and you want more, like and subscribe. I post every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I would love to have you along for the journey. So now for how I support you. I put off developing this channel for a long time, way longer than I originally intended. And the reason was I felt that there was a critical piece that was missing and things would go much smoother if I uncovered it before sharing this with the world. So if you've ever followed me before, you know that I talk about 4 modes of parenting: support, model, mentor, be. Each parent uses them all, and most have a primary and secondary mode that they prefer. So this is also likely your greatest strength. So definitely we want to be finding out about that. We'll be talking about the modes in the weeks to come. And while that gives me plenty to talk about, I get stuck when diving into how I believed families function best. So there's gentle parenting, wholehearted parenting, discipleship parenting, attachment parenting, and all of them work well when you are healing, regulated, and playing to your strengths. But trying to talk about all the good options or only focus on one didn't feel right. So over the summer, the information that I needed just showed up. And here I am to share that there are also 4 family styles: discipleship, leadership, teamship, and internship. They are each distinct and overlap. Most parents have a dominant and a secondary preferred family style. They complement one another, which is fantastic because 2 co-parents can have different style preferences and still parent harmoniously together. So all you need to do is choose the best fit for you. There's tons of information and support, both here and from other creators who speak your language. You aren't alone. You just need the guidance and support to make your vision real. If I can do it, I promise you, you can too. So now for your tip. Many parents, especially CPTSD parents, react more often than we would like. Now, this causes problems because when we're fighting our big feelings like anger, frustration, exasperation, we aren't thinking with the rational part of our brain up here, and we end up dishing out punishments, saying hurtful things, or just leaving the situation so that we don't do the wrong thing, leaving our child feeling confused, lost, and possibly hurt. Kids are wired to be self-centered, to survive until that they can take care of themselves. So they take everything personally. And if we're struggling with anger over a childish mistake because we've had a bad day, while understandable completely, they don't understand and can't reason that way. So they interpret that to mean that they are bad and that they have caused you pain. So this is how you can get your power back and get your brain in the right gear. So here's my 4-step process. Number 1, get mental or physical space if possible. Very little needs an immediate response. Say it with me again. Very little needs an immediate response. Number 2, explain. Tell your child what you're doing. Mommy is feeling frustrated with this mess. I need a minute to breathe before we can take care of it. Do you want to join me? Take your time in this. You need to get your body under control. Number 3, shift your thinking. Take deep breaths to regulate your nervous system. Or if you have the opportunity, Walk, dance, color, sing, do whatever you need to get a break from the stress. Whatever you need to do it. All right. And number 4, consider and respond. Think about the ideal outcome you want from the situation and what's most important for you to teach at that moment. So now when you're both calm, you can have a conversation or an interaction that leads to a positive outcome. I know you didn't mean to spill the water, but everyone makes mistakes, but we still need to clean up the mess. Let's grab some towels and get it cleaned up. So there you have it. It's very simple, but it takes a lot of time and practice. So 4 steps to gain control. Get space, explain, shift your thinking, consider and respond. Please take this process with you and remember to practice it. This only becomes natural when we overwrite the old response patterns by repeating these positive steps. You are a fantastic parent. Your being here and being open to new information speaks volumes about your dedication to being the loving and effective parent for your child. Thank you so much for being here. Changing how we raise our kids is absolutely changing the world, and I'm excited to see what we can achieve together. If you have any good feedback or questions for me, please leave them in the comments. Any engagement is good engagement, and it supports me in providing you with everything that I have to offer. See you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.